Well, here's an article in the New York Times today. I'll put in the link in the bottom of you're watching this on YouTube because it talks about people like this woman in the picture here. I mean, she has no degree, trying to get a job, and for years kicking around and going nowhere. And then she got into apprentice program. Okay, no degree, remember, no background, no nothing. And here's her situation now. It says she declined to say how much money she's making, but her circumstances have certainly changed. I can buy stuff now. If I want to buy an expensive purse or expansive purse, I can do that. And it's all about job training now. This is where the country's going. Look at this article because it tells you about the studies that are coming out now that people who are getting degrees, they're finding that they're not as skilled as the people without degrees. And that's what we need skills for, and even personal skills and things. But we got trapped into doing, decades and decades of, oh, if you have a degree, you must be smart. And now that's changing. Big studies show that big corporations, there's a study by Opportunity at Work. It said, as part of an emerging coalition of groups that seek to change the culture of hiring and promotion in corporate America. They are trying to encourage a shift to hiring and career development based on people's skills versus degrees. Degrees are going to mean less. It was a way for big companies to not worry about if they knew anything. Let's see. So, had workers without college degrees maintained their share of the jobs held in 2000. So this is a study that's showing back in 2000, so many people with degrees held a certain amount of people jobs and those without degrees. So if we kept that same ratio, there would have been 7 million more jobs for people without degrees. But we got caught up in saying you need a degree. And that's the thing that's changing. So the previous study by Opportunity Work, the academic researchers discussed skills in different occupations and found out, listen to this, and found that up to 30 million workers had the skills to realistically move to a new job that paid an average of 70% more than their current one. Okay, so this is a study that shows if you're on the job without a degree, your skills are good enough to get a 70% raise, but you're not getting it because you don't have a degree, right? 70% raise. Wow. That's amazing to me. Okay. That's it. Also, it says here, there is recent evidence that the pandemic shortage of workers may be prompting companies to loosen degree requirements. More and more companies, particularly big companies, are no longer requiring a degree. Okay, so that's important. A study published this month by a researcher at the Federal Reserve in Philadelphia compared online job listings 5 quarters before COVID, 5 quarters after COVID. So they studied the jobs online, and here's what they found. In the pandemic period, there were 2.3 million more postings for what he classified as opportunity jobs. Opportunity jobs, okay? These are jobs that pay more than the median income of like $36,000 and accessible to workers without 4-year degrees, okay? So he calls opportunity jobs those that pay at least $36,000 and don't require a degree, okay? And so that's what happened. There were 2.3 million more jobs in the last 2 years than there was before the pandemic started. Now that's a big clue. A few years ago, Wells Fargo, as part of a broader review, was rethinking its hiring and career development policies. A question at the time recalled Charlie Sanchez, Executive Vice President for Hiring, says, "We are eliminating some of the best talent." Here's what Wells Fargo did. The bank decided it was and changed its practices. Today, more than 90% of the jobs at Wells Fargo do not require a 4-year degree. 90% of the jobs at Wells Fargo do not require a 4-year degree. I mean, this is not, Macy's or something like that, a retail job. No. That's almost a total reversal from 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, 90% of the jobs required a degree. Now they don't require a degree. That's what's going on because they're training people. That's what. So you could get that. Accenture, which is a big shot consulting firm, began apprenticeship program in 2016. What started as a corporate citizen initiative with only 20 apprentices has become a significant part of the technology consulting and services company. Last week, Accenture announced a goal of filing 20% of its positions through apprenticeship programs. That's what you got to look for. If you don't have skills, look for an apprenticeship program. That means you're going to get the skill and get paid also. You'll get money while you're learning a skill and get a job. This is how this woman could go out and buy fancy purses. She got an apprenticeship program. And that's what's going on. It's changing a lot. It will change. It has to change. And I follow this kind of, I'm not a scientist or a researcher except finding you money. But trends, what's going on? And I'm always curious where people are working, how, whatever. What do you need, a degree or not? What kind of income opportunities are out there? That's what I keep up on. And this is definitely a trend. Now, how do you get involved in this? Okay, the same old trifecta. Your career one stop. Contact them. They're going to know about apprenticeship programs. Okay, so you learn, you get paid while you learn, then you work up that big time salaries. Once you finish apprenticeship training, this is where you're making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year. So that's pretty cool. Also, your local community college. Don't forget them. They get a lot of training money to train you for free for skilled positions. Like I just did one about the weed industry. They're training people because the weed industry needs people. Okay. And it's an at-home course. Now that's pretty cool. Also 211 and findhelp.org. Those two websites, you look in your zip code for training and you call every one of those offices. Don't just look, oh, there's nothing for me. No, you talk to people who are in the business of training people to get good jobs. That's where they are. They're all there waiting. It's going to take you a bunch of phone calls, but what the hell? You got a long life ahead of you. If you don't start doing this now, when are you going to do it? So just bite the bullet and do it. You want help from us? It's letsgohelp.com or letsgohelp2.co. That's where you apply to one and you get access to both. One is with Facebook, one is out Facebook. If you don't want to join anything, you go to letsgoreports.com and you get a listing of all the people in your area that give education, training, and job help for free. And that's only $5.95. Or use these free sites. It's out there. It's going to take some work on your side, no matter what the hell you choose.